Hey everybody, Nick Licameli here on Feel Good Friday. Today I'm going to show you a combination of two intensity techniques, the drop set and the rest pause set. Now keep in mind that intensity techniques like the drop set and the rest pause and this combination that I'm going to show you aren't necessarily needed for muscle growth or strength gains. What is important is overall volume. And volume is volume is the amount of weight lifted times the number of reps. Volume is the amount of weight lifted times number of reps times number of sets. So volume seems to be what's most important for overall muscle growth, so long as your sets are taken close to failure and you're training with adequate intensity. Things like drop sets and rest pauses can actually reduce your overall volume, because if you go all out, reach failure, and go beyond failure on every set that you do, you're going to be doing less and less reps with a certain amount of weight. So your overall volume is going to go down. So use these intensity techniques sparingly and use them in a smart way. If you're just starting out, you probably don't have to use many of these intensity techniques to go past failure. But if you're an intermediate or experienced trainee, I think they have their place in a program. So what follows is an example of how I combine drop sets and rest pause sets on the leg press. I hope you enjoy it. So here we are at the leg press. This is my last set of leg press for the day. My previous sets I took to an RPE of about 8 or 9, which is a rate of perceived exertion of about 8 or 9. 8 would mean I have about 2 reps left in the tank, and 9 would mean I have about 1 rep left in the tank, maintaining good form. So my first couple sets were brought to an RPE of about 8 or 9. And this last set here, we're going to take to failure and beyond failure with this technique that I like to call a drop set rest pause. Okay, so as we're approaching failure here, this is my last one right there. Now that's all I could do, maintaining good form without compensating. I'm going to rest for about 5 seconds, bring it back down nice and slowly with the same exact form as I had on my first rep of the entire set. Rest about 5 seconds, bring it back down slowly with the same exact form as I had on my first rep. Wait another 5 seconds, let it come down nice and slow, and press back up with the same exact form as my first rep. So that concludes the rest pause portion of this technique. Now it's on to the drop set. So I'm going to drop the 25s and continue to absolute failure once again while maintaining my form so that it looks just like the first rep of my set. I keep repeating the importance of maintaining proper form because it's so important, especially when you're coming this close to failure and going beyond failure. Failure doesn't mean until you can't lift the weight off of yourself. Failure means until you can't perform another rep with proper form. But it's very easy to get caught up in the muscle burn, the adrenaline. You have images of Rocky going through your head and your high school football weight room. But it's important to be like a machine, focus, and keep that form. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.